and welcome back to Pine City Apiary. On this video, I would like to go through some of my choices and planning for next spring. Now, I've pretty much made up my mind that if the top bar hives don't make it through this winter, it's time to move on from them. And like I've said before, I really like working with them, so that's not going to be a happy decision, but I have to give them the best chance to get through the winter. And top bars, if they don't go with all the things that I did this year, if they don't make it through the winter this year, then we need to look at something else. So if I had my choices, I would go with 8-frame Langstroth. Why 8-frame? Well, the main thing is because of the weight. Part of my issues, I have breathing issues, I have a bad back, and those 10-frame hives can get quite heavy. So my thinking is 8-frame is still pretty heavy, but it's not as bad as a 10-frame. So what I need to do is figure out what I'm going to need for 3 hives, and with Langstroth hives you have to have extras, just nature of the beast. The top bar, it's all right there, but a Langstroth hive, you have to be able to expand. So what I'm thinking is getting enough supplies for 3 hives and have some extra for growth. And I'm going to look at 4 different companies. As many of you may have known, Brushy Mountain Beekeeping has gone out of business, so that cuts back on some of the major players to get supplies from. I am going to be looking at Mann Lake, Kelly Beekeeping, Dadant, Miller Bees, and Laps Bees. And I'm going to be looking at bottom boards, deep supers, deep frames, deep foundation, medium supers, that would be for the honey, medium frames, medium foundation, entrance reducers, and inner covers, and also telescoping. Which one is it? Let's go with telescoping outer cover. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be putting up a slide and show you the numbers that I came up with during my research for this, and show you how one competitor stacks up against the other. Looking at Mann Lake, Kelly Bees, Dadant, Miller Bees, Laps Bees, all the prices are pretty much the same. Dadant is about $3 more expensive. Miller Bees is like $3 cheaper. For supers, pretty much the same thing. Everyone is right in the ballpark. They range from $15.25 up to $18 for supers. Frames, they range from $13.95 up to $19.50, and foundation ranges, as you can see, from $14.90 up to about $16. Medium supers, they run the gamut from $10.50 up to $14.95. Frames, you see them from $13.95 up to $16. And I should mention, for both the deep and the medium frames, that's a package of 10, or 10 count if they're sold individually. Entrance reducers, now Mann Lake, Kelly Bees, Dadant, if you order a bottom board, it comes with a reducer. Inner covers, they're all pretty much the same again. The cheapest is $9.20 at Miller, and the most expensive is $12.95 at Dadant. For the outer cover, the telescoping, or is it telescoping? We'll go with telescoping. Telescoping outer covers, range from $17.90 at Miller up to $25.95 at Dadant. As you can see, there's some cost involved with this. So if you look at this slide, you'll see that if we order all the materials from each individual companies, Mann Lake, it's probably the best bet. Miller Bees, it's right in there. Mann Lake had free shipping, and I don't recall if Miller Bees did. Dadant is out of the ballpark, and as is Kelly Bees and Lap. So it's really up to Miller Bees and Mann Lake, and I got to take a look and see what shipping would be for those. Now this is taking in consideration that I need, 3 bottom boards, 3 inner covers, 3 outer covers. I believe it was 6 deeps and 6 mediums, just to get me started. Okay, so that's 8 frame, which is what I'd prefer to do. If I'm going to go to Langstroth, I would prefer to go to 8 frame. There's also 10 frame Langstroths. Now they're heavier. And the prices for these, you can see, are very comparable to what they were for the 8 frame. There's no really big benefit one or the other. Here's the slide, the same 4 competitors and what their prices are. Things like the entrance reducer, the Mann Lake, Kelly Bees, and Dadant, those are included with the bottom board when you order the bottom board, whereas Miller Bee and Laps, it's not. You have to order that separately. So you can see the individual prices or package of 10. Now this slide is again taking consideration that I want to go with 3 hives, but this one is going to differ just a little bit because I have some of that equipment already. I had enough for 1 Langstroth hive, and I had some backup. So economically, it's going to be cheaper for me to order 10 frame, and in the long run, that'd be easier because if I quickly need some frames or supers, I can run to Tractor Supply. We have a Mills Fleet Farm here in this area, and I can get those items there, whereas I can't get 8 frame stuff there. I know a lot of beekeepers make their own stuff, but this beekeeper is not very handy. So if I made it, it would probably end up being too big or too small. Yeah. So I have to make some decisions. First of all, I'm going to hope that the bees make it through the winter, and then we don't have to worry about this, even though I do want to do a Langstroth hive next year. But if they don't make it, I've got to decide what I got to do. And I mean, let's face it, it's going to be a decision on cost. So I would prefer to go with 8 frame. I'm probably going to be forced to go 10 frame. But hopefully we don't get there. Hopefully these bees out there are going to make it, and we can keep doing the top bar hives that we like. And maybe I'll do 1 top bar. I don't know yet. I got to figure it out. If they don't make it, I'm going to be very disappointed, as I have been the past 2 winters. All right, that's all I got for you today. I really appreciate you taking the time here and watching the video with me. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. We really do appreciate that. It means a lot to us. While you're at it, if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it means a lot to me. It means a lot to Junior too. He's outside right now running around in the non-snow. Haven't got any snow yet. And when you do subscribe, there's a little bell. Click on that bell, and YouTube will send you notifications on when I upload a new video. That is, unless they've deselected that for you, in which case you'll have to check it again. All right. Well, again, thank you very much for spending this time with me and helping me go through this, make a decision. I really do appreciate you joining me on this adventure and being a part of it. Feel free to, give me any advice, any criticism. I don't know any criticism. I may not take it well, or anything like that in the comment section down below. And as always, have a great day.